Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. You're all very welcome today to my live talk on why is self-love so important, what is really self-love, and how hypnotherapy, mind coaching can be very powerful tools to help you love yourself. So welcome back to the people who I've already spoken to, I've already met, who have already attended some of my previous talks. You're all very welcome. So for those who don't know me, my name is Nadia Bajrami. I am a Dublin-based Ireland strategic hypnotherapist, a mind coach as well as psychic medium. So today, let's focus on why is self-love so important. We hear a lot, I think you, me, anyone I speak to around me, with the media and everything, we do hear a lot about, self-love and the importance of loving yourself, respecting yourself. And sometimes, unfortunately, we don't go enough into detail, so people just think, oh, well, we hear this every day. I love myself and it hasn't changed my life, so why should I love myself even more? So these kind of things I can hear, around me. So let's have a look today really at really why, what is self-love really, and why is it so important? So self-love, self-esteem is really, I would say, the way you actually value yourself, the way you see yourself, the way you talk about yourself. So let's maybe give a more generic definition, which will be it's used to describe a person's overall sense of self-worth or personal value. In other words, it's really how much you value and love yourself, appreciate yourself. So it involves a variety of beliefs about yourself, such as the appraisal of your own appearance, your beliefs, emotions, and behaviors. So one important thing just to mention before we go any further is that self-love, self-care, self-esteem, they're slightly different, but they all go into the same directions about, loving and appreciating yourself is an ongoing process. It is not a destination to arrive at or a goal to achieve in itself. And to be honest, it is really a process, a journey. It's not just, oh, my goal is to love myself. Yes. But you really need to think of it's an ongoing process. It has to stay, it has to be permanent, it has to live in time. You can't just think, okay, I'm going to do a lot of things, a lot of actions, I'm going to put a lot of new plans in place in my life, and then I'm going to love myself. No. Loving yourself, accepting yourself is really an ongoing process, and that's very important to mention. So, sorry. It's also very important to understand that self-love is a key for your mental health and your general well-being. It also helps to keep depression at bay. Very important to depression and anxiety at bay. So I would actually ask you a few questions now. Think about what I'm asking just now is, do you say yes when you really want to say no? Do you break promises to yourself or neglect yourself? Is it hard to put yourself first? If so, I would just say it's time to really give yourself the most gift ever in your life, the most precious gift, self-love. Self-love, it would really be your secret weapon to living a fulfilling life. This is actually the secret and the first weapon to live a fulfilling life. That's simply because your inner world and reality creates your outer world and reality. It's very basic. It's science. It is not some people would say mumbo jumbo. No. It is really science. Your inner world, your inner reality creates your outer world, your outer reality, and not the other way around. So start today. Give yourself the most precious gift ever, self-love. But before you can receive love and respect from others, you need to love and respect yourself first. I think we all agree on this. When you make decisions out of guilt or a need to please or to avoid conflicts, you overvalue other people's needs and requirements and disrespect yourself. So this obviously sends a signal, a message, conveys a message to yourself and to those around you that you accept very little in life, and that doesn't really sound good, does it? So everyone needs self-love. That's, I think, very clear, and I will repeat it. It's everyone needs self-love. must have self-love. It's great also to be on the receiving end love from others, but it's also important to practice self-love daily. It has to be a routine. You need to motivate yourself to make healthy choices in your life and really to start appreciating yourself. So when you hold yourself in high self-esteem, you're more likely to choose things that nurture yourself, that you would be pleased with. These things may be in the form of healthy, I would say healthy living patterns, but healthy food, exercising, or having healthy relationships as well. Very important. We will go a bit deeper into the relationship side in a few minutes. So you express your love for yourself by doing things that help you to show up in life as the best version of yourself. So you remember that. You actually express love to yourself by doing things to help you showing up in life as the best version of yourself. Now, so I just mentioned the relationships a few minutes ago. So self-love is critically important when it comes to setting boundaries into relationships as well. Having a clear understanding of what your own boundaries are and being able to set them communicates your value, how you value yourself, that you actually value yourself. As a result, you're more likely to have a more fulfilling love relationship, of a friendly relationship, familiar relationships, any types of relationships really. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for your relationships with others around you in your life. Could be your colleagues, could be your family, could be love, romance, anything. Remember that. Your relationships with yourself sets the tone for the relationships in your life. So when you treat yourself with love and respect, you convey the message that people need to treat you with love and respect, and they will start treating you with love and respect if you send the signal that you yourself are treating yourself with love and respect. There's one other important thing I want to mention today. I have some cheat sheets here with me. I have a lot of cheat sheets because I write a lot and I don't want to forget anything important. So apologies if you see me reading at my cheat sheets, but I don't want to miss the very important things. Well, anyway, I won't really miss the important things because I know what is really important for you to understand from me today. But just in case you think, yes, she's reading, but yeah, I do. Even though I have a good memory, sometimes I do need to read a little bit. So what I want to say as well today as regards to relationships in general is that no one is responsible for their own happiness but ourselves. Okay, we are responsible for our own happiness. So this is also very strongly related to self-love because a lot of people think that, oh, I need something to feel happy. This is, and I will break this today, I really want everybody to understand this is totally wrong. No one is responsible for your own happiness. Okay, you are responsible for your own happiness. So too often we actually look for outside affirmation, outside appraisal, outside permissions. Well, this doesn't work. Okay, if you do that, you basically give other people the permission to treat you the wrong way. So sorry. You have to stop trying to be a people pleaser. I know what I'm talking about because I'm a recovering people pleaser. I would say, trying to please everybody for the over 2 decades anyway. But I understood that I cannot carry on doing this if I want to be happy. Okay? It's my happiness first and then people's happiness. So you have to love and appreciate yourself before you can love someone else. So when it's clear that you treat yourself with love and respect and appreciation for yourself, you will set the tone for other people to treat you the same way. When you take time to take care of yourself, give yourself what you need, you are a much better partner and friend, or family member, colleague. Remember that as well. When you take time to treat yourself right, you are a better partner, friend, colleague, mother, father, partner, whatever. Okay? Very important. You also, if you love yourself, you will love yourself, you're less dependent, again, on waiting for other people's validation to fulfill you. When you already validate yourself, you don't need other people, to give you validation of what your own self-worth. So I will actually use a very strong word. I really think it's a disaster. It's a disaster to walk around like you need someone to complete you when you are whole, complete, and validated independently. So it is a disaster to think that you need someone else to validate you, okay? Now, just on the same subject, self-love says, again, self-love, the word says that you find happiness within yourselves, despite the external validation. Really, to summarize what we just talked about. So if we love ourselves unconditionally, we will be speaking kinder to ourselves. We wouldn't compare ourselves with other people. And remember also, everyone's story is different. So stop comparing yourself. We would know that what we have is already good enough. We will just work and thrive to be a better version of ourselves. But please stop comparing yourself to other people. We would also be happier with our own company and feel complete regardless of relationship status. Okay? Now, again, on the relationship side, I want to say that it's definitely, and again, this is a proven fact, that it is very hard to love others the right way, well, or the way they deserve to be loved, if you do not take time to understand who you are and embrace your own story. So the goal isn't to change, I would say, the story to fit, but the goal is to understand how your story, your narrative, can actually shape who you are and contribute to your own identity. So many relationships are unhealthy or unbalanced because individuals are seeking others' approval. Now I'm talking more about maybe any type of relationships, but very, I would say, emphasizing on the romantic or romance partnership side, because it is totally unhealthy to basically try to be someone else when you try to build a relationship. You need to see how your story fits, who you are, give the good, the ugly, anything, give all the facts, bring everything with you to the relationship, and accept as well from your partner, from the other party, to bring all the good, the ugly as well. And then, you can actually have a more balanced relationship. You can then make decisions without any expectations of someone saving you, because we all realize that others can enhance us, but others will never complete us. So remember that as well. If you take something from today, is others can enhance us. They cannot complete us. We are already whole, complete, and validated the way we are. We don't need anyone to do that. But other people, when you accept them and they accept you, when you're truthful and come with the good, the bad, the ugly, and the tone is set, and then they can enhance you, you can enhance them. But nobody complains anyone. You don't need to be completed by anyone. So also on the career front now, something very important to mention, it follows the same route. You can actually drastically decrease your ability to be successful at anything if you don't love yourself. I have seen firsthand a lack of self-love can derail someone's career and chances for success. I've seen it, I've witnessed it in my own life. Ask yourself, how many highly, I would say, successful people do you think look in the mirror every day, every morning and say, oh, I hate myself? Think about this. I don't know anyone highly successful waking up in the morning, staring at themselves in the mirror and thinking, oh, I hate myself, or I'm not good enough, I don't love myself, look the way I look. No, highly successful people don't do that. This is not their routine. So without self-love, you drastically decrease your ability to be successful at anything. Failed businesses, failed relationships, ideas, all stem from a lack of self-love. And this is very important, okay, to remember. Now, treat yourself well, take time to appreciate yourself, congratulate yourself on the job well done, even if it's something that you think is a small job or a small achievement. It is very important. It is part of the self-love process, very important to celebrate your small successes, your bigger ones, your smaller ones. Again, what you think is a small success for you might seem a bigger one for someone else. So what I'm just trying to say is you need to celebrate everything you accomplish. And this is part of self-love as well, self-appraisal. Okay, it's nothing to do with ego. It's just, right, I've done something I'm happy with, I'm proud of. I've done it. I've been there, done that. Well, praise yourself for that. Reward yourself, treat yourself. Now, talking about that again, I would say I do hear a lot of people in my life, again, personal, professional, my clients, I do hear a lot of people telling me, yeah, but Nadia, that's lovely. Everything you're telling us about self-love is absolutely lovely, but if I do that, I would be selfish. I would be, self-centered. I can't really do that and just spend my time thinking that I'm a priority in my life and just loving myself, because otherwise, obviously, I won't be able to give enough to other people. Wrong. We will break this today. Break this habit. Forget about this. Just forget it. Ban it from your own dictionary, vocabulary, grammar, language, writing, relationships, anything. Ban this. So self-love, self-care does not equal a selfishness or being, self-centered. That's not true at all. When you think this way, it becomes really hard to take care of yourself. So delete that limiting belief today from your mind. Create a new, more positive belief that echoes in your ear, like, it's okay to put myself first. Repeat it often. It's okay to put myself first. Let this become your daily mantra. I really mean it. Let this become your daily mantra. Remember, like anything, repetition is key to reprogram, your mind. If you repeat this, if this becomes your mantra, things will start to fall in place. Things will start to change. So the good news is, when you love yourself fully, you feed your soul, you really feed yourself, and you become the highest and best version of yourself. So that's just as simple as that. Now, it feels natural to take good care of your body, your mind, and spirit. Love begets love. So you're drawn to give to others. You are the energy, and you have the energy to give, and in turn, giving energizes you. Everyone benefits, because you will be just in a happy place. You will be more confident. You will love yourself. So you will have a lot of energy, to give to other people. You will have that love to give because you give it to yourself. So you know what it is. How can you give to someone what you don't even know it is, People talk about love or giving or loving someone. If you don't love yourself, you don't know the feeling. How can you then give that feeling to someone else if you don't give it to yourself first? So, as cliche as it sounds, self-love is the gift that keeps on giving. So, and what's more important than that? To me, nothing. Because it is a gift that keeps on giving. You give it to yourself, and then you just, it's the positive snowball effect. You give it to other people who will give it to other people. Okay? Now, as regards of, people thinking that, some people anyway thinking that self-love equals selfishness or being self-centered, I would say remember, I say that quite a lot in some of my, most of my talks actually, that you can't pour from an empty cup. Even if you try, it's impossible, try even if you like, take a glass. If it's empty, you can't pour anything. Very simple. So once you are full of self-love, it's much easier for you to pour your love into other people, since you're not trying to give from something that is empty. Think of it this way. If you still have some issues of really seeing that loving yourself will actually help you love someone else. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. So once you are full of self-love, it is much easier for you to pour love into other people's life. And since you are not trying to give something from something that is empty. Okay? Now, sorry. So that all makes sense to me. I hope it does make sense to you. But let's go just a little bit deeper on the subject. We all know, and I do, and I would say a lot of people know, that we are energy beings. We are just pure energy. And depending on the way we vibrate, we can attract so many different things in life. And this is why it's crucial to learn accepting and loving yourselves. It's just crucial. Why? What did Einstein mean when he said everything is energy and that's all there is to it? I love that. He said also, match the frequency of the reality you want and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. That is not philosophy, this is physics. So remember, what did Einstein say is everything is energy and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want and you cannot help but create a reality. There's nothing else. So the atoms that make up, our body are constantly vibrating at a very fast rate of frequency, what we call the frequency. So if you're in a positive state of mind, you will be vibrating at a very high frequency, and this will make it very difficult for any negative energy to come to you, to infiltrate you. But if you're unhappy or depressed, not loving yourself, okay, you will be vibrating at a very low and very slow frequency. Then this is where it's dangerous, because you are open to all types of negative energy, which only serves to bring you even further down. So based on this knowledge that that our essence is a vibrational being made up of pure energy, how we vibrate creates our reality around us. That's very simple. Again, this is pure physics. Basically, the universe resonates with whatever vibration we are giving off. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, the universe will resonate. So remember that. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, the universe will resonate. So you can't expect positive and loving results if you do not vibrate self-love. It's as easy as that. Now, this is where hypnotherapy and mind coaching come into play, and this is where hypnotherapy and mind coaching are very, very powerful tool, extremely actually powerful tool to help you replace some old programs, old patterns by some more positive ones, which will help you achieve your goal and help you on the process of loving yourself. So, but just before we move any further on this, let me explain briefly what hypnotherapy is and what mind coaching is and how they work together. Hypnosis is what we use in hypnotherapy. It's an absolutely safe state of mind of deep relaxation with an increased level of awareness, during which you are not asleep and you are fully in control. It's an increased state of awareness during which you are really relaxed, fully in control of everything. You will experience a pleasant state of mind with increased attention and focus. The hypnotic state is similar to some moments in life, in your own daily life, like when you are daydreaming or fully absorbed in a specific activity like reading. There is absolutely nothing to fear, as hypnosis used in hypnotherapy, in my own hypnotherapy and in hypnotherapy, in clinical hypnotherapy, is totally different from what you can hear on TV or what we call stage hypnosis. During an hypnotherapy session where we use hypnosis, you are fully in control of everything. You will never be asked to do anything foolish or against your will. I'll go even further, in order for the hypnotherapy session to be successful, I, as a therapist, must have your consent, collaboration, and full agreement, as the purpose is really to help you have a feeling of being more in charge and in control of your life. So this is very important. For the session to be successful, I need you to be fully committed and to agree, to give me your agreement, so you have the feeling you're more in control of your life. Now, while the use of hypnosis creates a state of focus, attention, and increased suggestibility, during which positive suggestions and guided imagery are used to help you make the right changes and the way information is stored in your subconscious mind. So in order to overcome some roadblocks which might be preventing you from achieving any type of goals you have and reaching your highest desires. So the positive suggestions I will be using and providing you with will stick. They will stick and will slow down the process of automatic thoughts and process that usually you would use when you're facing a specific issue. Your automatic process will be slowed down and your mind will not automatically react the way it used to. It will slow down and listen to the new information that I would have put in your subconscious mind. The seeds of change, as we call it, that we implant in your subconscious mind. So, as our subconscious thoughts are very powerful and they form our perceptions, with hypnotherapy, I help you reframe your subconscious thoughts and rewire your mindset in a way to help you love and value yourself and achieve your goals and highest desires and get the life you desire and that you deserve. And remember, no challenge is too big for your mind. Your mind is a powerful tool. Reprogramming your subconscious mind is a key to success. It's a key to your own success. Why? Because our life is ruled at 95% by our subconscious mind, thoughts, and programs. Our life is ruled 95% by our subconscious programs, subconscious thoughts. So this is why it's very important to reprogram I would say the thoughts, the patterns that are no longer serving you, and replace them with more positive ones to help you move forward. Now, what is mind coaching as well that I use very much often, in my therapy session? It's, I would say, I always quote the International Coach Federation's definition of mind coaching or coaching in general, because I think it's very clear and straight to the point. It's partnering with client in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. So the coaching I provide you with, I use mind coaching, life coaching, a career coaching, is not me telling you what to do with your life, on how to behave or how to act. It's really you getting honest with yourself and realize that there are areas in your life that you want to improve to get the life you're craving for. It can be described as a trance-free intervention, trance-free therapy and process that encourage you to have a preference for action over thinking. I would really help you once you know what you want to work on. I will help you, give you the tools to step in, get out there and do the work needed, and then to unlock your full potential and get the life you want. It's really me helping you, giving you the tools you need to actually get the life you want, Get out there, get the work done, and get what you're looking for. So this is how we work together with the hypnotherapy and the coaching together. So obviously in my therapy sessions, packages, I very often use hypnotherapy with mind coaching. I can also offer some coaching sessions without any trance, but when I do hypnotherapy, I do some mind coaching follow-up to help you actually secure all the work we've been doing together during our hypnotherapy session. So the combined use of hypnotherapy and coaching is very, very efficient and powerful to help you get rid of what we call stinking thinking. Getting rid of that stinking thinking and really help you find ways that work for you to challenge your inner critic and bash the negative self-talk. I will help you move forward with authenticity. And if you're at a place in life now where you have to hide parts of yourself to get along, then make the necessary changes now so that you can be your true, authentic self. If you can't do that at work, then change the job. If you can't do that with your friends, then, look for other like-minded friends. It is very important. You can't actually live a life if you're not being your authentic self, because it's very actually hard and tiresome to wear a mask all the time. And life is not all about that. Life is really to be enjoyed. And life starts the day you love yourself. It's a process. It will take time, but the best or the most important thing is the day you decide, I've had enough. Today, I am my own priority and I will work to become my priority. Once you start having this mindset, things will unfold, things will change. It's just automatic. So really, today I want you to remember that you cannot achieve anything healthy, career-wise, relationship-wise, family-wise, if you are not your own priority. And your first responsibility is really to look after yourself first. Just a little reminder, when you take well, like when I take the plane, when you take the plane, when you go on holidays, when you go on business trips, what happens when you're in the plane, when they give the safety measures? You know, they explain everything, the seat belt, then they explain the oxygen mask. What do they say? You know, they always say, put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then help other people. It is something I've always actually been listening to without really hearing it, you know, listening, but not like, or hearing it, sorry, but not listening to it. And then, and I would say in a few months ago, when before the lockdown and the COVID situation, I took the plane for one of the last times, and I heard this again, the message of put your oxygen mask first, you know, before you even put it on your children, if anything happens. And this actually just summarized my talk today, just summarize what self-love is all about. It's like, you can't pour from an empty cup, you know, and you can't save anyone if you can't save yourself. So remember the metaphor of the oxygen mask in the plane. You know, people are telling you, save yourself first, put your mask first, and then you will be able to save the children, save people around you. Okay? So, to summarize this, self-love is not actually, I would say, just an option. It's actually your responsibility to be a good friend, a good mother, a good partner, a good colleague, a good whatever you want in life. You have to love yourself. You cannot give to people what you cannot give to yourself. This is where I will really end the talk today. I hope you enjoyed it. I will just finish with a brief, I would say, meditation, hypnotic meditation on a self-accepting yourself, self-acceptance process. So now, for those who are still with me, if it is safe to do so, if you are in a safe environment, if you are not, do not do what I am actually going through now. If you are driving, or if your full attention is required, you need to be in a quiet environment where your full attention is not required. No driving machinery, no driving, no in the car, no. Please don't do this if your full attention is required. So now close your eyes, just relax. Take this few minutes as the start of your me time today, the start of your self-love accepting process. So that's it. And you can begin to explore your own natural ability to accept yourself and to accept yourself is to be comfortable with who you are as an individual. And you know, every blade of grass in a meadow looks different on close inspection, yet together a meadow can look beautiful. And you know, the one thing all people have in common is that all people are unique. And I wonder, what will be the trigger that makes self-acceptance possible for you? And you can step back and view your life. And as you view your life, you can wonder how you got there. And you can look back over good decisions and bad decisions and wonder how they have shaped who you have become and who you will be developing into. And mistakes are unplanned lessons. Remember that. Mistakes are just unplanned lessons. And I wonder what you can learn from your mistakes. And I wonder how this learning can help to enhance your own life acceptance, your own self-acceptance. And as you review the past, you can learn about the future. What will it mean to you to have self-acceptance? How about being accepted by others? How will things change? And a part of you can instinctively explore these areas. And you can learn, and you can understand, and you can imagine a positive role model that accepts themselves. And what is the difference? What is different about that person? What do they do? How do you know they accept themselves? And you can be curious about what changes will happen that lead to you accept yourself. And curious to discover how this affects who you are as a person and what will be different about the way you interact with others and develop over time. And I wonder if you can be curious about how people accept each other and put each other's faults aside, and how they manage this. And your subconscious mind now can take a few moments over the next minutes to make all the necessary changes on an instinctive level to discover how to accept yourself and find that changes are now starting to happen, and that today is the start of the day you are loving yourself. I will now quieten for just a few moments to let these changes take place, take root in your subconscious mind. And when you know that your subconscious mind has done the job, has done the work, that the changes have now taken root in your subconscious mind, the seed of change has been planted here today. When you know that, now you can open your eyes, you can stretch and smile, you can come back to everyday awareness, you can come back to the present moment, because now you are ready to start your new life in which you are your own priority. I would like to thank you all for attending my live talk today, and I really look forward to talking to you again. I will be holding some live talks mostly every last weekend of every month. Should you have any questions, any inquiries, you need any advice, feel free to go to my website www.nbhypnotherapy-mindcoaching.com. I will be delighted to help you. I will be delighted to guide you to become the best version of yourself. So enjoy your Sunday, take care, and talk very soon. Bye bye.